This book, Revelation, most Bible scholars believe that it was written near the end of the first century. So when Jesus said these words to John and he wrote them down, it was roughly about 1925 years ago. And you see this theme 4 times in the book of Revelation chapter 22. I'll show you all 4 occurrences. Revelation 22:7, Jesus says, "Behold, I am coming quickly." Revelation 22 and verse 10 says, "Do not seal up the words of the prophecy of this book, for the time is near." Revelation 22 and verse 12, again, "Behold, I am coming quickly." And then again, verse 20 of chapter 22 of the book of Revelation, we see Jesus say again, "Yes, I am coming quickly." So it's obvious when the Bible emphasizes this 4 times in the same chapter, I think it would be foolish to not admit that Jesus wants us to take this seriously. But how can he say that he's coming again quickly when he says it 1925 years ago? Well, there are 2 things that you need to understand about this. Number 1, God exists outside of time. In fact, God created time, according to the Bible. The Bible actually says, I'm sure most of you are aware of this, it actually says in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 8, listen to this, 1,000 years is like one day, and one day is like 1,000 years to God. So what that means is that God is outside of time. He does not abide by time the same way that we do. God wants us to know that he doesn't view time as a time-bound creature like we do. We have no other choice but to do this. We exist inside of time. God exists outside of time, and yet he can enter time. But God can do that because he's the one that created time. And so to God, he's not in a hurry like we may be. He's not in a hurry like we may be, and yet, from God's perspective, which is eternity, Jesus is coming quickly because God sees the end from the beginning and everything in between, and he sees it all effortlessly, and he sees it all at the same time. Try to wrap your head around that, but that's what the Bible teaches. Number 2, the wording here of "I am coming quickly" doesn't necessarily have to mean nearness in time. Doesn't necessarily have to mean nearness in time. It could also mean that the event of Jesus coming again is going to happen real quick, like that. In other words, when Jesus says, "Behold, I'm coming quickly," it could mean nearness of time, but it could also mean when it happens, it's going to happen really fast. So fast, so quick, it's going to take people by surprise. The reason why I say that is because this word for quickly is used both ways in the New Testament. It's used at times to mean something is near, and it's used to refer to the speedy nature of an event when it actually happens. Now, for our part, as Christians, Jesus commands us to live in expectation of his coming again. Jesus commands us to be ready every day when he says things like in Matthew chapter 24 and verse 42, "Be on the alert, for you do not know the day which your Lord is coming." Or Matthew chapter 24 and verse 44, where we read, "For the Son of Man is coming at an hour when you do not think he is." All of us, if we are Christians, are called and commanded by God and his word to live every day in service to Christ, looking for his return.